Chair, thanks, gentlemen. The chair understands the gentleman from Texas has some unanimous consent requests.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your kindness. And I thank the Deputy Attorney General for his testimony. I'd like to submit in the record a December 12, 2017 letter, Mr. Chairman, to the committee by 4 members of the committee, 4 women of the committee, myself, Ms. Bass, Jayapal, and Ms. Lawfren, on asking this committee to hold hearings for the women accusers of Mr. Trump to be heard. Has unanimous consent for that to be put in the record.
Objection, that will be made a part of the record.
I have a line of questions that I hope to put in a letter to the Deputy Attorney General that would not complete. I ask unanimous consent to put that in the record.
Without objection.
And then H.R. 3654, which is a complement to the Senate bill, follows my line of questioning regarding the protection of the integrity of the work of Special Counsel Mueller.
Without objection.
And Mr. Chairman, of scheduling, if I could stop and ask for a scheduling question, are we having another judiciary, do you think, in the next week?
Not that I know of. I do not think at this point we have any plans next week.
And let me ask, I've been sitting here listening, but as well noting a lot of meetings are going on. I would just ask the Judiciary Committee to be an active participant in the DACA fix. I mean, this is our jurisdiction, and Mr. Chairman, as I go home, despite our likes or dislikes, there are so many young people that are living in such devastating fear. And I know that our engagement with the Speaker and the leadership could really provide some comfort to young people who are right now statused, but they are so fearful that they will be unstatused that I've had adults come to me whose children are not DACA, but whose children's friends are, about the suicidal nature of many of these young people because they are so frightened. Well, so I don't know whether we could fix it in the committee, there are bills, or whether or not you'd provide a dialogue with the now present ranking member and subcommittees, ranker and chair, that we look to see how we can fix this, or at least provide a clarifying message for these DACA young people as they go home. As we go home for the Christmas holiday. We are leaving young people coming home from school into homes that they are fearful that will be raided and that they will be immediately deported and not be able to even go back to school, medical school, PhD candidates, various other academic individuals, and then, of course, people who are working. I'm very concerned, Mr. Chairman.
I understand your concern. As you know, the Speaker has appointed a task force on the majority side, of which 3 members of this committee, including myself, are involved. I'd be happy to have discussions with you about it. I also don't believe that DACA recipients, where the program has been extended through March, need fear what's going to happen here. And I do hope for an outcome that allows us to have the laws of the land changed to prevent this type of illegal immigration in the future, but also address the concern of these people who were brought here illegally, in many instances by their parents. And I hope for a resolution just like you do.
Well, I'll take you. It may
not be the same resolution you want, but I do want.
Well, I'll take you up on this order, and I would beg to differ that they were statused even as they came into this country through no fault of their own. So I don't want that to hang over their head that they're illegal. They've got a status here now. But let me just say that the March deadline has been, unfortunately, it seems to be encroaching on their thinking process, because the raids are still continuing with their family members. The raids are continuing in their schools, ICE places where they are. So if nothing else, let me just put on the record, we need, first of all, we need the DACA fix. I disagree that March is an appropriate time frame, that I understand what you're saying, but we certainly need the President, the Speaker of the House, the leadership of this nation to be able to indicate that the Deputy Attorney General, Homeland Security, ICE officers, FBI officers are not going to, unless there is some other element to their status, any action by them is not going to randomly deport DACA statused young people. I think that is a crucial statement to have made, and I thank the gentleman for yielding.
I thank the gentleman for her comments, and the majority will definitely take them under advisement. I do want